This presentation covers the University Funding Board's first portion of Reset, including funding eligibility and where to find important resources for the budget and purchase request process. On this slide are the board's office location and contact information. Please note that UFB periodically updates its criteria. Any changes made to the criteria after you have viewed this presentation will be sent to all student leaders via Campus Link. In order to be eligible for UFB funding, an organization must have non-restrictive membership, be registered with the Student Activities Board, be at least 51% undergraduate, and wait 4 weeks after first being approved by SAB to request funds. The membership makeup is determined by the roster submitted for re-registration and cannot be adjusted throughout the year. Members cannot receive academic credit for participation in the organization, nor can an organization receive funding from the Graduate Student Governance Association. Essentially, our role is to allocate the money we are allotted to student organizations that promote interaction and awareness through the student body. UFB allocates funding on a first-come, first-served basis. We highly recommend you visit our office hours to work through your budget with a UFB member. Remember that UFB has a set amount of money to allocate each year that it usually exhausts before the end of the year. Since we allocate on a first-come, first-served basis, it's in your best interest to submit your budget as soon as your event's details are finalized. Finally, UFB operates based on how much an organization has been allocated, not how much they have spent. Thus, even if you do not use your entire allocation for one budget, you cannot use the remaining amount toward another budget. Once it has been allocated, it cannot be redistributed. This slide visually represents the 14-day deadline mentioned in the previous slide. UFB does not make exceptions to the 14-day deadline, so please ensure that you follow this timeline. We recommend you submit your budget 1 to 2 months before your event to ensure that you have enough time to make any edits or to get proper documentation. Budgets must be heard at a Thursday meeting at least 14 days in advance from your event. UFB members check your budget in detail. However, we encourage you to review our criteria for what we require when submitting your documents. UFB will do our best to alert you to any documentation that is missing. The budget will then be heard at that Thursday's 6 p.m. meeting. Please also be mindful of the weekly deadlines to submit budgets and additional documentation to be included in our weekly Thursday night meeting. These deadlines can be found in the UFB Funding Facts document. This serves as a quick review for how the UFB funding process works. The first step in accessing UFB funds for registered student organizations is submitting a budget request. If your budget has been approved, then you will need to make a purchase request for your budget. If you are trying to use operating funds or are an AIC organization making a purchase, this is a separate process from the budget submission process, where you would submit a purchase request independent from a budget. All budget and purchase requests are done on Campus Link, and the following videos will be able to give you more information. Now that you know more information about eligibility and deadlines, I will show you where to find key UFB resources on Campus Link. You are welcome to pause this video and follow along with these instructions on your own device. To find all documentation to help you through the funding process, visit campuslink.uc.edu. Then, in the top right corner, sign in to your UC account. Next, in the search bar, type in University Funding Board. Select it from the drop-down menu. Once you reach the UFB page, scroll down to where it says UFB Documents. There are some extraneous documents on my screen that you may not be able to see. Once you have clicked on the View All Documents page, you can find step-by-step submission guides. So if we click into this folder, guides for how to submit a budget request, a purchase request, the online travel authorization form, and the most up-to-date operating fund submission guide. We can return back to the documents homepage, and in this Essential Investments document folder is the Essential Investment request form and the Incident Report form should you need it. You can also scroll through to find our most up-to-date funding facts, the Constitution and bylaws, and any other documents relevant for the year. The UFB Funding Facts document is very important since this contains very specific and necessary rules that are followed for each budget submission. It is crucial that this document is read and understood prior to a budget submission by your organization. Our criteria changes on a periodic basis, so be sure to stay up to date on any changes. If you navigate back to our main Campus Link page, you can see all of our events, including the weekly meeting and our office hours. If you click into either of these events, you'll find more details about how to join or attend the event, and any other information you would need. This concludes a look at how to find some important UFB resources that are just a few clicks away. In the future, if you forget some of the information that I have just covered, you can find this video at the top of the UFB Campus Link page. Now I will tell you a few more things about some procedural information to guide you through the process smoothly. UFB office hours are held to help you. The purpose of these office hours is so you can work with UFB members to ensure that you have everything you need before your budget is heard. Remember, before visiting a UFB office hour, the expectation is that you have watched all of the videos on the UFB Campus Link page. In terms of availability, office hours will be held from Monday through Friday, and the schedule can be found under the documents on UFB's Campus Link page and on the office hour event on Campus Link. You are also welcome to email UFB with any questions at ufb@mail.uc.edu. UFB meetings are held at 6 p.m. on Thursdays. During this time, we review budgets and we may have questions, so it is recommended that a student member of your organization attends the meeting. On Friday after the meeting, you will receive an email outlining the decision of the board and next steps. If your budget has been approved, follow the instruction provided in the email to be sure to get your advisor's approval whenever it is necessary. To make purchases, submit a purchase request and then set up an appointment with UFB Financial Administrator for as early as the following Monday. It is your responsibility for following through in a timely manner on making reservations, payments, and other items associated with your event. This concludes the first part of UFB's reset process. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to visit or email us.